the news are out, and it looks like PC players will get their hands on the next Warframe soon. During DevStream 150, Digital Extremes gives some details about the upcoming Alchemist Frame Lavos. For those who have watched the DevStream, then you might already know what you'll get from this frame. But don't just leave yet, as I will share with you some of my early build concepts for this frame. So, let's cut the long introduction and begin this video. First of all, Lavos will be made available in the upcoming event called Orphex Venom. This Alchemist's blueprint, along with the chassis, new optics, systems, and as well as alternate helmet will be made available in this new event, and by the looks of it, you will need an Necramic to participate in this event. For those of you who are like me that didn't have the interest to level up their Cornbot, then don't worry, as the developer did also announce that they will be a Necramic rental in this new event. By the way, other stuff will be included as rewards for this new event, including the arcanes from Scarlet's Spear. Moving on, let's talk about the stats. So basically, this frame has a 200 base health, 450 base armor, and 100 base shield. And the weird part is, Lavos do not possess an innate energy pool nor energy costs, but instead all of his abilities can be cast once before undergoing separate cooldowns. The ability efficiency stat will instead affect the cooldown reduction effect from his Transmutation Probe ability. His passive will let Lavos purify himself from all ailments, cleansing him of all active negative status effects, and gains status immunity for 10 seconds upon collecting an energy or universal orb. If there's one question I would like to know, almost certainly missed during the dev stream if they have said it so, is that how will Arcane Energize or other sources of energy restore will affect this frame? If it will be like Hildren, then most probably it will lower the cooldown of his abilities, I guess, but this is just a wild guess and I would love to hear your thoughts about this on the comment section below. Another very interesting feature of Lavos is that he can experiment and unleash the volatile mixtures of elements. Hold down one of the 4 ability buttons, which is default 1, 2, 3 and 4, to imbue a basic elemental damage type, toxin, cold, electricity, and heat, into the mixing vial displayed above Lavos ability icons. Combine with a different element to produce a combined elemental damage type, blast, corrosive, gas, magnetic, radiation, and viral. With an element in the mixing vial, Lavos' next ability cast will drain the vial to add the basic or combined elemental damage type to its damage and status chance. This feature is very unique, and I think it's revolutionized the hold and cast concept from this game. Based on what I've watched, Space Mom easily combined elements during the mission, and honestly, they should think of this as the baseline on how hold and cast abilities should work. Also, the numerous possibility of this new feature is boundless, and this would make Lavos a supreme status monster. Can he nuke like Saren then? Well, it depends on how much range we will be getting on his 4th and final ability. Speaking of abilities, let's discuss them one by one. First, we got his Ophidian Bite, which lashes out with a toxic serpentine strike, and consumes a target to heal Lavos. If you hold the ability key down, the next ability you cast will deal toxin damage. Next is Vial Rush, which lets Lavos dash forward, crashing through enemies and leaving an icy trail of broken vials. Hold to imbue the next ability cast with cold damage. The third ability is called Transmutation Probe, and it launches a probe that converts health and energy orbs into universal orbs, that provide both and ammo pickup into universal ammo pickups. The probe shocks enemies nearby. Each electrocuted foe reduces other ability cooldowns by 1 second. Hold to imbue the next ability cast with electricity damage. And finally, his ultimate is called Catalyze, which erupts catalyst probes from a Lavos and douse combatants in a fiery gel. Damage is doubled for each element afflicting an enemy. Hold to imbue the next ability cast with heat damage. Judging by the abilities of this frame, we will more likely see a caster frame beneath the Alchemist Warframe. His first ability is some sort of a survival skill, which allows you to consume and restore health. His Viral Rush is from ability, and somehow will act as crowd control depending on the element you will be imbuing. It can also be a good source of quick status proc, and I can see a build wherein I'll dash and pollute a room with lots of negative statuses. Transmutation Probe is a form of utility for this frame, that allows you to heal yourself and gain status immunity from your passive. It could possibly help you hasten the cooldown of your abilities if energy regen sources will allow you to do that, fingers crossed. While his Catalyze ability can be used to spread status quickly in an area, and I can see some nuking possibilities on this ability. With the kit I've seen on the dev stream, I'm kind of excited about how this Alchemist frame would be in real missions. He's not a great tank, as if you put full umbral mods on him, then you will only have 80+% of damage reduction, but that can be boosted with Arcane Guardian and Adaptation. However, he is not made for tanking but more of a complete warframe when it comes to debuffing and pacifying the field, and if you can combine the elements fast enough, then Lavos can genocide a room easily. But this is one reason I will not get too hype for this frame. The presentation is great, but I just don't know yet about the execution, or how this frame will turn out in release. Main problem that I have with caster frames is how slow the casting speeds sometimes, and you will need to somehow fit in natural talent and some other casting speed mods to make each ability work flawlessly in real missions. The worst part is, casting speed mods sometimes just make the ability usable and not great. If somehow Digital Extremes will not make this new concoction mechanic clunky, and will allow Lavos to be agile in terms of brewing his potions of mass destruction, then I tell you no, the Alchemist frame will turn out great. I'm hoping that the snakes in him would bite, and not just full of hissing. Let me know in the comments section below about your thoughts on the upcoming Alchemist frame. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't so, as I'll be bringing more Warframe and Cyberpunk 2077 content on this channel. Digital Extremes said that this new update will come in a week, so be sure to check out later for guides on the new events, and crazy builds for the new weapons and frames. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.
This is the future. Human error. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution.